All right, let's do some top-down analysis on Bitcoin. Let's get a feel for where we're at. So we have confirmed a green dot on the weekly time frame. We had another weekly candle print after the green dot printed, and from the looks of it, right now we are still at an undecided stage of this. Really, we have two options with this momentum wave. Either this green dot really produces another significant push to the upside with momentum continues to work its way up, and we eventually get a move on all-time highs. Even if we end up printing some bearish divergences with momentum, it still gets a significant move to the upside. Maybe we get some bearish divs and continue ranging after taking out all-time high, or maybe we actually get a significant break of it. I don't know, but that is one option. And basically, that option is that this marks a significant bottom for weekly momentum, and this was really just a cool off before the next push to the upside. Option B is that this is, just a temporary stall out in the downward momentum. We get a green dot momentum, kind of works its way to the upside a little bit, but it eventually starts rolling over, flopping over, as I like to say. Shout out to Flop and Groper, and it, basically just produces a lower high. And honestly, if we just get a quick wick up there, like maybe this week, the momentum wave could end up looking like this with a very serious divergence, and we still could just wick out all-time high. That is possible. So on the weekly, I can see a case being made for really either side, bullish or bearish, and I think really what we have to do is either wait for this to develop further or go down to the lower time frames to try and get some early signs of what this may end up looking like in the future. So going down to the daily time frame, I've talked about for a while how this daily is not looking good. We've had a series of lower highs and lower lows with money flow. I was talking about this little move into the red, and, I was trying to be optimistic, saying maybe we just get a very shallow move into the red. Maybe this is just money flow cooling off before the next attempt at a move to the upside, a sustained move to the upside. But as money flow got into the green, it very quickly turned back into the red. Now, money flow is putting in lower lows locally. Momentum is getting a move to the downside. And I have to say, just looking at this overall, it seems like, this recent development is lending more credence to the overall downward direction that I pointed out previously. This very well may just be a lower high and a lower low with money flow yet again. We may also yet again see a lower high and a lower low with momentum, or at least a rotation of momentum back to the downside. We're already seeing momentum take a pretty serious turn to the downside. It's right about here right now. So truthfully, the daily time frame is looking pretty bearish overall. I think it's much easier to make a bearish case than a bullish case just looking at the daily alone. But that doesn't mean that there isn't, possibility that this turns around. We could see, what I like to call kind of a double wave or a multiple wave overall curvature with money flow. If money flow just kind of gets moved to the downside, kind of puts in, a higher low to here ideally, and then starts working its way back up. You could make a case that still money flow is just cooling off and it's working on curving its way back to the upside. That is possible. We did see momentum get above the 60 line, even though it put in a lower high. It still, at least tried to show a sign of strength here. It did immediately turn to the downside, but maybe we just end up printing, a green dot somewhere on this momentum wave, or maybe it even comes down below the 0 line, prints a trigger wave before the next push to the upside. So I don't think the bullish case is impossible by any means, but again, looking at the daily alone, I think it's looking like the less probable option, at least right now. But now I want to talk about a few other factors that make me think that we will probably get a move on this all-time high, even if, the daily and the weekly are kind of looking like they're setting themselves up for a bearish setup, really. There's a few reasons why I think we probably will hit all-time high. Number one, we're very close to it right now. We, appear to be in a pretty strong bullish trend locally speaking, and we did actually break some kind of market structure from this all-time high. We had, some lower highs and lower lows. We broke the last lower high, and what did we do to follow that? We basically tested the, support resistance flip. What was once resistance in this range now acted as support, and this high has never been taken before. We put in this high, we've just been putting in lower highs ever since, front running it multiple times. I think it's unlikely that we front run it again. Now, market cipher on the 4-hour, we recently saw a pretty large push to the upside with money flow. It got an aggressive move to the upside along with price action, but it was unable to put in higher highs compared to money flow back here. It put in a lower high, then began decreasing. Now it is back in the red. You could argue this is just a cool off before the next, attempt at a push to the upside with money flow. You could also say we are seeing direction to the upside with momentum waves. We've, just seen some more higher lows put in, and locally, momentum waves are actually putting in higher highs too. So that's actually, kind of a good look. We may also be putting in a higher low with money flow, even going to back here. You could say anchor wave, trigger wave, maybe another trigger wave here. I also want to look at the fixed range pulls of the larger range from all-time high, and I'm going to look at multiple exchanges on Binance. We can see that we just got above value area high, fell down below it, are kind of finding some resistance on it right now, so this is going to be, an important point. And below us is the point of control, the value area low. The point of control is coming in around 63,800, and I want to remember that because I want to check if it is similar on other exchanges. The MEXC pull looks very similar. It looks like the point of control is in the exact same spot, actually. The value area high is also the exact same or very similar. But when you go over to Bybit, you'll see that the fixed range pull is a little different. The value area high, or what is the value area high on Binance, is actually the point of control here. The value area high is right above it. So, we again are running into some resistance here. We attempted to get above these, fell back down below them. Now we're finding some resistance, or at the very least are struggling to get above them right now. And if you look at the value area low, you'll see that it's coming in right around the point of controls. It's like 63,600. If you put a horizontal line on 63,800, roughly, it's right in the same spot. So using basic range rotation rules, if we can get above what is the value area high on other exchanges and the point of control, and I would also want to get above the value area high on Bybit because they're so close. If we can get above this area and even potentially back test it as support, then I think that opens the door to a run on all-time high. If we continue to find resistance here and continue moving lower, the next place I'd probably look is right around this 63,800 zone. And I think if we start losing this area, sure, the value area low on other exchanges is a bit lower. That's coming in around 62K. But I don't really think it'd be a good look to be losing the point of control of this range or the value area low of this range. So that's it for this video. Just wanted to make a quick top-down analysis, kind of go over the higher time frame stuff. We are in a high time frame range right now, and I think we're at a very important point within this range. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and leaving a comment. I appreciate the support on the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.